All right. Let me see. What up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? This is no filter, man. I know it's been a minute since it's been a minute since I streamed with you guys, man. But this is the Avengers Infinity War discussion. I got my boy MU.
YouTube, this is no filter, man. I know.
Damn it, man. I forgot about that shit.
I do that every single time.
I forgot about that shit. Yeah, man. But yeah, this is the Avengers Infinity War discussion. I'm giving you guys a look. If you have not seen the movie, me and you and whoever want to join in, because I will be leaving a link to the stream to the chat so you guys can join in. We will be discussing this movie in depth, all kinds of stuff into it. So if you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you skip the screen or you skip it now. But so what who you want to do? You want to go first? MU, I'll go first with your overall thoughts of the film, and then what was your expectations going into it?
You can go ahead and go first.
Okay, like me, I was like, cause like Black Panther, I got my thoughts on that movie, but going there after seeing this movie, I say this is one of the best Marvel movies to date. Not just with how many characters they was handling with Doctor Strange, the Guardians. You had all these, characters, but like when they would say it was Thanos movie, and I think that definitely to me, I was very happy with Thanos. I think Thanos was better than Eric Killmonger because he actually had a plan. I'm going to catch flat for this, but I think he had his motivation makes sense compared to Killmonger, who just wanted to kill the white people. I don't know why, but that was for saying like Thanos' motivation makes sense,
Right.
Mute the chat. MU. Is it echoing?
Am I muted?
No. Like the string. Is it? Was going into it? Like
I don't know. I'm trying to find your name on the side here. I can't find it.
It says if try. What up, Mortify? What up, Mortify? Yeah, try to Is it type in Avengers? Is that we should be on the live streaming thing right now, man.
Okay.
It says Avengers Infinity War discussion, and to type in no filter, and it's mute the stream, mute the stream. I mean, not mute the stream so we can. I don't hear the echo a little bit.
Oh boy, there's a lot of Infinity War discussions on here. Crap! Why can't I find your name on here? No,
I changed my avatar. I changed my avatar. This shit dope as hell, bro. I'm keeping this one for now.
Okay, let me see.
Let me
Still trying to find you.
Is not on the live streaming thing yet?
Let me see if I can get to the page from this chat window. I don't know if I can. No, because it doesn't give us a link to the chat page. Mm-hmm. From the this chat window.
Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube, and it should be saying my screen should be saying. Let me check it though. Let me check. Let me see though. Yeah, it's supposed to pop up.
Let me see. Oh, okay. I see you. Okay.
Mute the stream so I'm gonna echo a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, I muted it, but I don't know if that solves the problem.
Is it fixed?
Yeah, I've muted it. No, you wasn't echoing on my end. Okay. You was hearing yourself echo, I guess.
I guess I was hearing my echo. Okay, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
All right. So what was your overall thoughts on Infinity War? Like, what was your thoughts on it? Like,
I didn't know what to expect because I thought the movie was kind of undermarketed. Like, I heard. I mean, I saw the trailers and stuff, but it's like when it came out. Well, let's say 2 days it came out. I guess they came out with like the final trailer a few days before it came out. I'm like, oh, I forgot all about this movie. But then again, I don't watch TV, so maybe that's why.
That's a good thing, man. That's a good thing because
right,
interest in TV. That's a conversation for another day.
Right, but I did enjoy it. I do love Thanos because he has a vision.
Yeah.
And like we said before, I love villains with a vision instead of just trying to tear some shit up for just to tear shit up. But yeah, Thanos has a vision. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you this question: though. Did you think Thanos' motivation made sense? Because like I was arguing with my friend today about that shit when I was thinking about the discussion with you, and I was like, man, Thanos' motivation, Thanos' philosophy kind of makes sense. I was looking at it from a red pill lens. Like he's like, look, your plan was a brick of extinction anyway. You might as well just let me just wipe out half the population, and get it over with. I'm like, you know what, motherfucker, he making some sense there. You know what, Mortify?
Yo, what's up, man? What's up, Emmy? What's up, No Filter?
What's up,
Long
Mortify?
time no see.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Both of you been inactive out of the streaming game for months.
Right, it's been a minute.
Yeah. I didn't get back to my streaming shit. I took a break. I took a quick break and need to refresh myself and come up with content.
But yeah, overall, regarding the movie, the only negative I can really remember that was notable was the cliffhanger ending. Cliffhanger endings need to be put out of style. Whoever made that needs to be erased from the history books.
Let me argue this, Mortify. If you don't have a cliffhanger there, you're talking about maybe a 3.5, possibly a 4-hour movie. And even though, yes, it's violent, people are going to be bringing their kids there, and they don't want their kids to be sitting there for 4 hours.
I wouldn't say that it would need to be a 3 or 4 hour movie. Just show exactly what happens afterwards instead of a small little snippet. Give the audience closure so that they understand, okay, this is what happens afterwards, but they have a plan, which allows people to more so understand better that there's going to be a part 2 instead of them having to read reports and then finding out there.
So Mortify,
Closure.
So Mortify, what was your thoughts on quick thoughts before we spoiler free and we get to spoilers of the film? So what was your overall quick thoughts on the film? Well, did you enjoy it, love it, and what was your what was your overall thoughts going into the film?
Yeah, I would say that the movie was pretty good. I'd give it a solid 7.8. It's not bad. It's pretty good, but it's not the most amazing thing Marvel has released. It's not, I wouldn't say it's on the level of like Winter Soldier, the first Avengers, or like that. But it's pretty good.
Yeah. So, but overall, so how you feel about Thanos? Did you feel like his motivation made sense? Because I love Thanos, bro. Like, I love Thanos' motivation made tons of sense, bro. I like that, bro. I love his motivation.
In all honesty, I think that the Thanos' motivational reason for this is just really stupid, because if you have the power to erase half the population, you would also theoretically have the power to give them, say, another planet for all of these for such this surplus in population. He has the ability to manipulate time. He could go back in time to where before overpopulation even began. He has all of these other unique abilities to manipulate time, reality, and all these other things, but yet he just chose to instead erase half of everybody like Lord Zeno from DBS.
All right, so while I agree with that, here's my argument, I guess, against it. Not really. So you remember when he used the Reality Stone on Drax and what's the chick's name? Mantis. Okay. So the moment he disappeared, the Reality Stone effects wore off. So even though maybe he does have the ability to create or manipulate, would it just go back to normal if Thanos is a certain distance away from his manipulations?
Honestly, I don't think so. The 6 stones are made with the express power of pretty much controlling the whole entire universe. I just think that, well, maybe to add a more cinematic effect, they instead showed his uses of manipulation when he was there. And one more thing that I can remember now that I disliked about the movie. Dumbass Peter Quill retard lord.
The Gilligan moment.
Retard lord.
But it wouldn't
He's not Star Lord, he's retard lord.
It wouldn't be a part two if Peter Quill didn't fuck up though. It was just the one movie.
But that was really lame though. That was kind of like
Weak.
Yeah.
It was weak. Like really?
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait for 5 more seconds.
That was a simple, man. That was a simple one right there.
He basically went full man John Warrior. Did he just say that he killed my girl? Nobody kills my girl. It's my girl. And then you just doomed half of all existence. All because you wanted to go full man John Warrior. That was dumb.
That was dumb. That was he fucked it up all. I'm like, they could have won. They could have got the gauntlet off. They could have do, part 2 would never have happened. But whatever.
Right.
Not the retard lord.
But I was like, something told me when they came up with the plan. I'm like, oh, it might work. I'm like, yeah, but somebody got some stupid like Peter Quill fucking raging over Gamora. I'm like, and be honest with you, like, almost, like y'all want to get to like the spoilers just because y'all haven't seen the movie now. We just gonna go fucking full blown into the spoilers. I want to get.
If you ain't seen the movie, get your ass off the stream and go watch the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, we ain't like other podcasts. We sit there, like spoil. Like, no, fuck that shit. We finna get into full spoilers, man. Like when Thanos.
Either you've been in the theater, you've streamed it, or you've already seen a bootleg.
Right.
If not, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Yeah, like when Thanos fucking threw Gamora off that fucking cliff, I was like, God damn, that motherfucker savage for that shit, man. But it's like, what pissed me off with that shit too, because I was like, okay, the whole idea when she was like, oh, you never love anyone, and he started tearing up. I'm like, bro, you wiping on half the galaxy, you let this one green chick fucking, but I kind of like that because it was kind of complex, but it still was kind of like, what the fuck moment, like, why are you?
It makes them, it makes Thanos sympathetic.
Yeah,
4 billion people dead, all for one green alien. God damn.
But it's like you think about it. Like I was thinking about that shit. Like when the girl showed up with the parties, it was like and it was talking about like going to the planets. So, it was Thor was going to rocket. His heavy storm breaking happen, right? And then you go over talking about let's go to nowhere, and let's get the. I'm like, yo, you could avoid your death. You didn't go there. Like Thanos knew you would show up. Like that's some dumb. That was another pocket trial moment saying, why the fuck would you do that? That's some dumb shit. You could have fought on Titans and would have lived. Like what the fuck is going on? But she had to become a sacrifice for the Soul Stone, so it kind of made sense. But that was just her death was kind of just what the fuck, like dude, like that shit could have been avoided, man. Like she didn't have to go on that damn planet, but whatever. That was the dumb moment. My personal opinion of it,
I actually like that piece of writing because, as I said, it gives like Thanos is not a villain that's just trying to kill people for the heck of it. He feels that this is his destiny, and he actually says that he turned down his destiny once. He wasn't going to do it again, even for Gamora. So I understand that. It gives us kind of like for a brief moment, we see Thanos is somewhat as an anti-hero as opposed to a full-blown villain.
Yeah.
So,
but this is
I wouldn't say anti-hero.
Yeah, probably anti-hero is probably the poor choice of words.
I would just say that he's just a villain who particularly believes he's right, like many other villains. Like, take, for example, the game Wolfenstein: The New Order. In the end, spoiler alert, you go up against a German Nazi general who believes that he is completely in the right, that his Nazi regime stands for right and stands for all morality. And you, Blazkowicz, you killing and taking down the Nazis, he believes from his perspective that you are the monster who's trying to doom civilization as they take over civilization. I would say it's more of a perspective matter. He believes he's right.
But Thanos is right, though. Like, as far as we know, from our perspective, the universe is finite and planets' resources are finite. So as more of a or as populations grow, resources become more scarce and people starve and there's famine and all the other stuff. So he's right about that. I don't know if wiping out half of the species, half of every species, is the solution to that problem, because he may have to wipe out more than half. And even if he did that, like, you're just gonna have the same problem down the road because people are gonna keep reproducing. So his premise is right. His execution, I don't know if that's the right solution.
Yeah. And I'll say this. If there was one person who I was looking forward to seeing dying, it was dumb-ass retard Lord. Mr. Nobody kills my girl. No, nobody kills her. That's it. I'm going full man giant warrior. I was happy to see him gone.
Now, are they really dead, or they just have been wiped away from existence, like X-Men 3,
Wiped
Dark
away
Phoenix?
From existence. But I will say this. If the Avengers, which are phase 1, another spoiler alert, end up getting the stones, I hope there's an error that happens and as some sort of malfunction, retard Lord doesn't come back. Everybody else but him. Keep him.
Well, Mortify, he's the main character of Guardians of the Galaxy. They're not going to just not have him. They have to have him.
And hope.
No Filter, where'd you go? Okay, I guess he's having audio issues. So at the end of the cutscene at the end, I didn't know what it was, but I guess that's a logo for Captain Marvel.
Yep.
So I don't know.
Spirit is going to come to the rescue. I can already see it coming.
Does she have the?
Well,
is she? Go ahead.
I'll say this. Apparently, according to the comics and what people are saying, this bitch has the ability to absorb people power and use it against them. So pretty much, this is going to be Marvel's version of Superwoman, or not Superwoman, Wonder Woman.
Isn't that Rogue's ability?
I'm not sure.
When Rogue takes off the gloves and she puts them on their head, she gets their powers temporarily. I don't know what Captain Marvel's ability is, but yeah, I did get that vibe that she's kind of like the female Superman or whatever.
The magical skirt is going to save the day. She's going to do what Iron Man couldn't, what Captain America, Jerry Rogers, I believe the name is, couldn't. She's going to do what Iron Man couldn't. She's going to do what all these other qualified men that are experienced. Even Doctor Strange, who apparently was able to see 14 million in 5,000 different futures. She's going to do what he couldn't, even with knowledge of the future. She's going to come and save the day.
That is weird that he's able to see the future, but then he couldn't come up with a better strategy. But to be fair, Captain Marvel, from what I've read, she is kind of overpowered, like Superman.
So pretty much, a skirt's going to run and save the day. By the way, Captain America in the not Captain America, Captain Marvel in the comics used to be a man, but then they changed
That's true.
to a woman.
Well, hold on. Was it first the hold on. So was it first? To my understanding, Captain Marvel was a man, and then part of his power got shared to a woman, and then she took up the mantle of Captain Marvel after him. That's my understanding. Am I wrong about that?
I'm not too exactly sure, but I do know it did start off with a man.
Right.
So pretty much, it's going to be one big moment of female empowerment. They're setting up Captain Marvel. The movie's supposedly going to be in the 90s. She's some jet fighter pilot, apparently. And then it's going to fast forward into the present, and she's going to save the day. Here comes the magical skirt. All bow down to the skirt. The magical skirt's going to save the day.
Well, I don't know how I don't know how the hell she's going to beat Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet.
As I said, apparently, from what is being said, she has the ability to absorb people's energy and power and use it against them.
Including the Infinity Stones?
Probably.
Because Thanos, I mean, he doesn't have, like, as far as I know, he doesn't have, like, without the gems, the stones, like, he doesn't shoot beams or anything. He's just really strong and very durable and has pretty much limitless stamina. But yeah, another thing I want to talk about, like the Hulk, like why did they bitch the Hulk up? Like the Hulk got his ass whooped, and he didn't show up for the rest of the movie. Why do you think they did that?
I think